There is no joy in life greater than starting with nothing and winding up with something.
In 1988, Joe B. Foster, a former Tenneco executive, opened the doors to a new company called Newfield Exploration. He brought with him 26 hardworking employees with a drive to build something of lasting value. They didn't have any properties or legacy assets. This was a true startup. Initially funded with $9 million in cash, $3 million from the employees themselves, the company focused on building a business in the shallow waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This aggressive team of entrepreneurs began acquiring reserves and prospects in the Gulf of Mexico at a time when oil and gas activity was slow and investors were harder to find than hydrocarbons. From the beginning, Newfield was guided by its founding business principles, which were mapped out in the company's business plan, laying the foundation for the company's future success. Newfield's achievements did not come quickly, nor was it easy. After a series of dry holes, both cash and spirits were running low. But this team did not sign up to fail. Perseverance and teamwork ultimately prevailed, boosted by a new cash infusion of $37 million from private capital. Newfield made its first discovery at Ship Shoal, Block 157 in late 1990. Other successes quickly followed, and the industry took note. But to continue its growth, the company needed new sources of capital to invest in its business. In 1993, Newfield went public on the New York Stock Exchange at a split-adjusted price of $4.38 per share and began trading under the symbol NFX. By the end of Newfield's first decade, the Gulf of Mexico was maturing and prospect sizes were shrinking. The company needed to diversify its asset base to ensure future growth, so new onshore resources were added along the coast of Louisiana and Texas. In 2000, a $140 million acquisition provided a foothold in Texas and made Newfield a notable onshore player. A year later, its first large corporate acquisition provided entry into new basins in the mid-continent and captured long-lived natural gas reserves. By 2002, the acquisition of EEX added new assets in South Texas, and half of Newfield's production was now onshore. The company soon expanded internationally and announced its first discovery in the Bohai Bay of China, providing a growing inventory of on- and offshore assets. Meanwhile, natural gas prices continued to rise in the U.S. as the industry's focus moved to resource plays. To exploit this opportunity, Newfield was early in its pursuit of large-scale natural gas plays and focused on key assets in the Woodford Shale, located in Oklahoma's Arkoma Basin. In 2004, sensing there was higher value in oil plays, Newfield entered offshore Malaysia and acquired inland resources and the giant Monument Butte field in Utah. This transaction set a solid stake in the Rocky Mountains and added proved reserves of 55 million barrels of oil and a deep inventory of new oil locations. Newfield's oil and gas reserves were now more evenly distributed and located in longer-lived resource plays. In 2007, Newfield sold $1.8 billion in assets, including its Gulf of Mexico shelf, where proceeds helped to extend its onshore presence. Entering the third decade with a sizable inventory and financial muscle to build for its future, the company's portfolio consisted of oil and gas and on- and offshore plays, balanced between risk and reward, allowing Newfield to adapt to changing market conditions. The company's commitment to a diversified portfolio has paid dividends. In 2009, with weakening natural gas prices, Newfield began shifting investments to oil plays. Today, more than 40% of its total proved reserves are in liquids. Investments in these lucrative oil developments have allowed Newfield to expand growth and profitability and differentiate the company from its competition. By the end of 2012, more than half of Newfield's production is expected to come from oil and liquids. But the true story of Newfield's success comes from its people. As affirmed in the founding principles, talented people are the #1 ingredient to success. Whether it's the first 26 founders or the more than 1,600 who comprise Team Newfield today, it is the inspiration and commitment of its people that define Newfield. As Newfield approaches its silver anniversary, it is important to reflect on the company's collective accomplishments. Together, we truly have created something from nothing. Our journey continues.